Did you know it is National Frozen Food Day? Go check your freezer. Coming up, we'll take you inside a local large warehouse that distributes a lot of the food that you'll find in your freezer. And have you seen this in your Twitter feed? How did a dog end up behind the wheel of a semi-truck? Doggone it. He's just inspired by all those commercials out there of dogs driving cars. Looking great in that truck. This morning, we are spotlighting a sweet North Texas couple. They are getting national attention for their incredible service for our country. And as our Jenny Doran shows us, fate brought them together. Well, a Los Angeles prosecutor believes information contained in the encrypted iPhone that belonged to the San Bernardino shooter may finally answer the question of whether there was a third assailant. Well, good morning to you, and thanks for waking up with us on News 8 Daybreak. It is Sunday, March 6th, and today is the last dry and nice day. Big changes in store in the weather department. Let's go outside to meteorologist Wes Hauk. A little windy out there, huh?
It is a little windy.
Breaking overseas this morning, a suicide blast killed at least 47 people south of Baghdad. A police officer says that at least 24 civilians were killed in today's suicide attack at a crowded checkpoint. There's no immediate claim of responsibility. Well, happening this week, security is being ramped up in Austin ahead of President Obama's visit. As for the Democrats, well, tomorrow Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton will debate in Flint, Michigan. The city's water crisis obviously going to be a hot topic. Sanders says Republican Governor Rick Snyder should resign over the disaster. Clinton says the crisis would have never happened in a wealthy and white community, and Flint is predominantly black. Speaking of sports, it's a beautiful day to go outside, toss a baseball around, shoot some hoops, play some golf, you name it.
Fly a kite would be
my best advice.
Fly a kite. 20, 25.
8:21, that's a live look from Victory Park in downtown Dallas. Why are we playing the Frozen song? Well, because today is National Frozen Foods Day. I had the opportunity to visit Frozen Foods Express, a massive frozen foods distributor in Lancaster, to show off how every day is Frozen Foods Day to them. 2016, I'm Brandon Hamilton, alongside meteorologist Wes Hauk. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Brandon.
So yesterday you were going to give people $10 if they could find clouds. Today I'm assuming that game is off.
Yeah, that game is off.
How much money, Wes?
Plenty of it.
Plenty of it. I know what I'm doing after the show. I'm going to go find a cloud. Well, this year you'll see a lot of stories about athletes and teams headed to Brazil for the 2016 Summer Games. Some of the stories might be about athleticism, of course. Other stories might be like this one. Here's Joe Trahan. I've seen a couple of guys with black shirts. They must be the bad guys.
They're the scary guys.
Come on in, bad, scary, bad guys. So what's the first move that we're going to demonstrate here?
You start hitting someone in the groin and the throat from here, and you're going to get some reaction out of it.
Oh, sure you are.
Do you have a cup on? Yeah. Okay, I was just making sure because that looks painful there. All right,
no, they're
move
protected.
Number three. Move number three. My name on this board
Yes,
here.
this is for Brandon right here.
Oh, my gosh.
I got the headband ready for you afterwards.
Same deal. We're just going to go straight through the board and smash.
Okay.
That's right. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
On this Saturday, March 5th, 2016, I'm Brandon Hamilton, and we have Laura Houston in for Marlene. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Tracking the roads for us. We'll
Trying
hear
to
from her
track
in just a second.
And it's not too bad.
All right, that's good news. We like hearing that news.
That's right.
And we have meteorologist Wes Hauk in the house this morning. Good morning to you.
As well, Brandon. And yes, as you mentioned in that
Well, it's only been a few days since we lost Euless police officer David Hoffer. In just a few hours, thousands of people from here and from New York will gather for a memorial. But as we've repeatedly seen, Officer Hoffer touched so many lives. Hoffer touched the community on many levels. Well, a Texas nonprofit is working to make sure that convicted felons have a path to employment. Now, this isn't a handout, rather something that each man has to earn, and many do not. News 8's Sebastian Robertson spent the morning behind bars in Johnson County. All right, Wes, well, there is a vigil tonight for a missing Dallas mother. 34-year-old Marisol Espinosa was headed to work at her job at North Park Center on December 29th. She never arrived, though. Her Chevy Tahoe was found 3 days later, 3 miles from where she lived with her boyfriend. Her purse and belongings still inside. And tonight's vigil is at 7 p.m. at 8749 Craig Drive in Dallas. It's the home where she lived with her children. Well, if you are looking for a ton of hidden gems that won't break the bank, we have you covered. Tomorrow morning on Daybreak, our money-saving mom, Laura Thornquist, shows us some big savings. Again, that's coming up tomorrow morning in the 6 a.m. hour of News 8 Daybreak. Well, it's 8:18 on this Sunday morning. Still ahead. Right now, the Coast Guard searching for a Texas man who fell from a cruise ship. And an incredible rescue. 2 British adventurers pulled to safety by the U.S. Coast Guard. The dramatic video coming up. Well, happening right now, a search is underway for a Texas man who fell overboard on a cruise ship. The 46-year-old man fell from the 10th deck of the Navigator of the Seas ship yesterday. Ghostopus. I like that name. All right, now let's check in with George Stephanopoulos for what's coming up on This Week. All right, George, you can see This Week at 9:30 right after Inside Texas Politics. Well, a Dallas Democrat may have been the inspiration for a new House of Cards character. According to the New York Times, a new character played by Cicely Tyson is loosely based on Representative Eddie Bernice Johnson.